Hello friends, my name is Dr. Jagpal Singh Rana and I am Associate Faculty for IT Bombay following workshops, that is FDP 101X and FDP 201X. Now in the series of question number 4, we have to answer that how are the process of OER creation. OER stands for Open Educational Resource. The resource which is open to all for every learner without the worry of copyright violations or any other issues. This is open because it is open to all without any cost. Now the answer will be the effective OER creation process is complex and time taking. Although once created, it could be modified as per the demand of the topic and even it can be repurposed. Following are some broad areas that need effective planning to create quality open education resource. Such as the objective, the purpose of OER creation and target audience of OER repository. The subject or the topic of OER to be created, also part of planning. The team formation, the role assignments and role assignment with the due clarity and effort equalization. This is a very important task and process of OER creation. In this we have to form the team. The team should be led by a team leader along with the team members, suitably 2 to 4 members. Each member should be assigned with the role he or she is to play in the part of or in the process of OER creation. All should have means all the members should have the clarity of the role, what they have to do, how they have to do, and what are supposed to be the outcome of their each individual activity. And of course at the same time how much effort they are going to put, that should also be equalized almost to maximum extent. Nobody should be burdened, nobody should be underburdened. That should be the effort in effort equalization. The source identification for the OER, whether the OER to be created on the topic from the beginning or make improvement with the due modifications or repurposing existing OER. Means what should be the source of OER? Whether OER to be created right from the beginning or from the scratch or from the basis on the topic, or we have some OER on the topic that may be used by making some improvement and with due modifications, or even repurposing the existing OERs can also be the source of OER creations. Now, respect copyright. This is a very important aspect of the OER creation because this is the intellectual property or IPR in short, which has to be respected. And before that, we use somebody else's creations as IPR, we must obtain necessary permission to avoid piracy and plagiarism of the content. Defining the learning objective of OER to be created is also very important part of the whole process, because learning objective is the only purpose or need to create OER from the learning or learner point of view. Allocation of the time duration of each nucleus activity of OER is equally important. That is, how much time of each individual smallest activity need to be given so that there is no overlapping or confusion or shortfall of the time activity. And this is also very important in the whole planning part, and to understand how much time is or will be put to create these OERs. Also, the process of OER creation needs to identify the format of OER and its storage platform. The format of OER we mean whether OER has to be in which form, whether in the digital form or in the print form or in the video form or in some other format. And also where it is to be stored. That also is to be decided as per the plan. So storage is equally important where it should be, so that it is accessible by the learners with ease and comfort. Also, the process needs to plan about documentation process for the help of learners, how the learners are going to access the OER that must be documented, and easiness in the use of OER by the target audience, that is the learners, also must be mentioned in some document. The documents are going to be important part of OER creation itself, because these are the blueprints of the OER process and OER as a end product. In the process of OER creation, we have to specify the licensing policy of OER, whether open source, under Creative Commons or copyrighted. Also, we can say that in licensing policy of OER, it could be copyleft or copyright. Copyleft means the OER or the content of OER created and left to it content itself. Nobody claims it further, and the people or the learners can use it the way they want, whether they want to reuse it, they want to modify it, they want to create it, they want to distribute it for commercial or non-commercial purpose. We call that term as copyleft. Whereas in the copyrighted or copyright, we must obtain prior permission to use that portion of the content or the topic which we want to create the OER, so that we can respect the copyright of the person who created these OERs. Also, it's very important to analyze the OER effectiveness, its utilization, and also the required tools to map the OER creation objective and the OER achieved, that is OER as a final outcome. We must be able to analyze the efficacy, the effectiveness, the purpose, and how to measure these purpose. We should have some tools to map these OER creations, objective and purpose effectively. Also, we need to understand if we are not meeting the need of the outcome or output, we have to modify the OER. In that case, we have to modify the OER. Do the mapping of OER with its primary objective, purpose, efficacy, accessibility from the end user point of view. This is also a very important part of the process, because we have to measure the objective and the accessibility from the end user point of view, the learners of the OER or of the OER process. Publish the OER and make appropriate announcement, communicate about the OER availability through proper and appropriate method or media. And also, it must map the availability of OER with the topic that might require these OERs for learning support. Thanks and happy learning.